Do you think women are smarter than men?
Smart is subjective. So you can't ask me like that's a vague question for us. It's like in what ways?
All right.
I feel like men are naturally smarter than women in certain areas, and I feel like women naturally have advantages that make them smarter than men in certain areas. But when I think just on an intellectual level, I think when it comes down to being task completers and organized, I'll give it to women. But when it comes down to just being a thinker, I can't say that women aren't better thinkers than men, but I'll bet my money on the men.
Okay.
100%.
Do you?
Well, wait, I gotta be careful. Some niggas just stupid. But I'm thinking like if we're talking about two intellectual people.
Yeah, like the cream of the crop.
Yes, not like the best of the best. Not just little nigga from the hood to the Harvard grad. Like
I actually think I think a better way to put it. I would say the average woman is smarter than the average man. I think.
I would say that.
Yeah, I think their median is higher, possibly.
But that's if we're talking about general education. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not talking about problem solving. We're not talking about communication. It's like smart in what way? Mm-hmm. But if you're just talking about textbook, yes, 100%. Like, that's why I say if I'm giving it to them task completion, because they can go from the cover to cover on that book, understand what's going on, and complete what needs to be done, and not get defocused. But most men will find a more creative and crafty way to get that done.
Okay.
So it's like, you know.
I once heard that women are smarter than men, but they also, cause, you know, they say like, you know, that like, if we're talking about toddlers, daughters, little girls, or, you know, more advanced in the sun, shot that, whatever. But that kind of goes hand in hand with like women peak earlier than men.
I agree.
Where like even like a mature level, and like even a woman may get to a certain point maturity wise, or, you know, settling down wise, or intelligent wise, but then they kind of maybe stifle there. They're gonna stay there. And a man, who knows what his potential of maturity or intelligence or skill set may be, because they can keep going per se.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that that's the myth that people don't debunk. So the myth is women mature faster than men, but they don't ever go to the depths of saying, but it also stops faster too. And it tends to stop at an age that's like
14.
Yeah. There you go. It stopped in that age range where there's still a lot of see, because like women like to talk about, men too like to highlight women's emotions, right? And they be like, women are more emotionally in tune than men. Yeah, but at the same time, being able to regulate your emotions and being emotionally mature is different than just having emotions. So yeah, y'all definitely can pull from more emotions than men can. But when we talk about regulating those emotions and being emotionally mature, more times than not, the lack of emotional expression that men display is because they're regulating the need not to. It's like, I don't have to display that. So it's like, it gets looked at as like men don't have the capacity, when in reality, it's like we can go there, but we don't see the point in doing so. So, you know, I don't know, man. I think that whole comparison of who's smarter, who's this, I think that is stupid, because science will show both, depending on which part of the spectrum you study. You can literally identify in ways where I'm sure boys wipe women out and you could girls out, and then vice versa. You can go find areas where women, like if the smarts was only based on speed and athleticism, and it's like, you follow what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like the numbers get manipulated to create a narrative on what they want people to just run with, when in reality, it's like we are meant to balance each other. So she's supposed to be better than us in certain areas, and we're supposed to be better than them in certain areas, so that it can create a balance. It's not to be comparing their strengths to our weaknesses, or our strengths to their weaknesses.
Ours is better. Our strengths are more important than your strengths.
But it's crazy because, like, believe it or not, like, I feel like men wouldn't compare themselves to a woman. That's not something a man would naturally do. Like, most of the time we think what they do is cute. Same way we think about kids. It's like, oh, that's cute. Even if they do something better than we could have done it, we still don't assess it competitively. Like, a woman could hit a half-court shot 5 times in a row, and I'm going to still think to myself that was cute before I sit here and think that I'm about to go try to outdo her, because naturally that's not where my mind go when I think of women. I'm trying to get with you. I'm not trying to compete against you. So it's like, when they create that whole competition thing, is a little weird, and then it's always in the areas where they excel, and the areas where men aren't that good. So it's like, yeah, because I sent a nigga to the market and he dumb, and it's like, okay, but where do you lack common sense? Like, you got to understand that common sense becomes common when you lean on it a lot. I don't go to the market, so excuse me if I didn't know the difference between aisle 6 and aisle 7, or I didn't know the difference between fucking flour and powdered sugar, like some dumb ass niggas out there.
They both white.
They both white. Like, so it's like,
oh, it's cool.
That's even crazier. But all I know is like, but I could also hand you a Madden controller and tell you to shift the defense and check the coverage from cover 2 to cover 3 and blitz the safety, and you wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You turn the system off.
Is that what I'm saying? So it's like, we can pull from different areas that everybody is smart in, but that's a waste of our time. I'd rather understand that, look, you go to the market because you're the most efficient and effective in the market, and I'm going to go here and set this up because I'm the most efficient and effective when it comes to strategy. And this is how we strategically win as a unit versus it being, oh, she lack common sense over here, and he dumb over here. I gotta filter this. I could have said she dumb, he dumb. She lack common sense, he dumb. No, dumb.